Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about the idea of reflection in light. So this is actually a really simple concept, right? So as a light wave comes and hits a reflective surface, it's going to fly in, and we know that it's a transverse wave and it kind of looks like this, but we're going to actually draw it by using what is called a ray, which is essentially a vector that goes from the point of the light source to wherever the surface that it's going to strike. So let's just say that it comes in from this direction here, and it's going to encounter some surface, and then we know that it's going to then bounce off, okay, of that surface. And I'm going to be careful to try and draw it really well here. Okay. So we call this ray right here, we call this the incident ray. Okay, and it flies in and it's incident upon the surface, and then this ray right here is called the reflected ray. Okay, now there is something called the law of reflection, which is really simple mathematically. It is that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Okay, but we really need to identify what angle we're talking about, because it's not this angle. So where the light ray strikes the surface, there is a line that if we draw where this interface is, this surface right here, if we were to draw a line perpendicular at a 90-degree angle to that point, put it right here, that line right there is called the normal line. And the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are defined relative to the normal line and not the surface that is being hit, okay? And that's mainly because if we strike a surface that is not completely flat, then your angles get kind of weird, right? But if we draw a line perpendicular to the point at where we strike the surface, we can always have the same incident angle and the same reflected angle. So this angle right here would be the angle of incidence, and this angle right here would be the angle of reflection. And they are always equivalent when light reflects off of a surface.